Hi everyone, welcome back to Alignments Principles Yoga. My name is Hannah. For those who have not been in our class before, welcome. Today we're going to go over and kind of do a little bit of a spooky class for Halloween this month. We're going to focus on spider pose, a lot of inner thigh, calf, glutes to kind of loosen everything up, work on some mobility through those areas. So if those are some things that you're interested in, this will be a great class. Now keep in mind, you're always welcome to have props. I'm not going to have any props in this class, but blocks are going to be a great resource. So if you're someone who likes to bring the floor to you, whether it's in lunges, deep squats, anything like that, just to create some more space or length for your arms, you could just be somebody who has short arms compared to your legs. Blocks would be helpful here. No need for straps, bolsters, or pillows. So to start, we're going to come to a comfortable seated position today. You can feel free to choose how you want to sit, right? But however you choose to sit, we're going to press our sit bones into the floor. Feel our head reach closer to the sky. We're going to inhale that belly button up to the ribs. Exhale it back to the spine. Hold that. Take another inhale. Exhale, squeeze your abdominals, pull those ribs back like you're gonna sneeze. Hold that. If pulling those ribs in kind of hurts those hip flexors, right? Place your hands on your knees. You're gonna press your chest up to the ceiling, slightly tuck your chin. Inhale those shoulders up. Exhale them back and down. Find your seat and start to find that breath. Notice how you naturally breathe. It's the one thing that we do 24/7 subconsciously. A lot of us don't know what our actual breath is like when we're not trying to control it. Making sure we're keeping those abdominals and those low ribs pulled back. Chest lifted. If at any point you need to inhale those shoulders up again and exhale them back down, feel free. And just start to take note of how you feel today. Right? Seasons changing, right? Depending on where you are in the country. It may be stormy, it may be getting chilly, it may still be warm. Here in Arizona, we're having a rainy day, right? So just notice and feel what your body is asking for, what it needs today. And then we're going to do our best to try and clear the mind. I like to think of all of my thoughts as balloons, right? I'll even color code them based on these are for work, these are for personal things, these are to-dos. And I am big on visualization. Find what works for you, but I find picturing myself collecting the balloons and placing them outside of the room I'm in really helps remove those thoughts from the mind. The reason I like the balloon, or you can think of clouds, is they float. Chances are you're gonna have some thoughts pop up throughout class, right? And that's not wrong, but we wanna practice not holding on to those thoughts and really giving ourselves this hour of me time. I'm only focusing on myself. I'm only thinking about myself and what my body needs. So with a cloud or a balloon, it's really easy to picture it coming through. You want to think going through one ear out the other, or going through the back door of a room and floating back out the front of the room. Right? That thought will pop up, but we're not going to reach down and grab it. We're not going to look at the cloud. We're just going to let it float through and move on. Making sure we're still sitting nice and tall. Core is engaged. Chin is slightly tucked. Feel the back of that neck nice and long. When you're ready, we're gonna take a nice big inhale. Exhale it out the mouth. You can choose to keep your eyes closed or you can open them. We're going to inhale that right arm up. Doesn't matter how you're seated, but that right sit bone is going to press into the floor, right? Or into your heel if you're sitting on your feet. And we're going to reach as long as we can. See how long we can get from those fingertips to the hip. When we're ready, big inhale. Exhale, press that hip in. Think of like you're trying to hand something over to the person next to you or place something on the wall aside from you. Trying to get nice and long. Don't worry about how rounded you get in the side. Think of going long. This is too much for that top shoulder. You can always bend that arm in half. Press that chest forward slightly, pull the belly in. One more breath here. Now we want to make sure that we're squeezing the shoulder blades onto the back, especially this bottom one. It has a tendency to pop forward. So squeeze them onto the back, press that chest forward. We're going to flip the palm over and do 3 circles. 1, 2, and these circles can be as big or small as you want. Last one in this direction. When you get back to the top, 3 the other way. And bring it down. Press that chest open. Last full circle. Reach overhead. And come up. Other side. We're gonna inhale that left arm up. Press that sit bone into the floor as far as you can. Reach that left hand overhead. Again, at any time you can collapse it. One more breath. 3 circles. Inhale. Exhale, bring it forward. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last one in this direction. Make sure those shoulder blades are squeezed on the back. Once you get back to the top, switch directions. Last one. Bring that hand up. Exhale. Now, if you're sitting in any other position, go ahead and come to this crisscross position, right? We're gonna press those sit bones into the floor. We're gonna get nice and tall. We wanna think of having a nice flat back. So if you reach behind you, you usually can feel your spine is hidden in between 2 muscles. So it's almost like a little ridge, right? So you have like a muscle, it divots into your spine, muscle. Keeping that spine hidden between those muscles is what the key is to opening up those hips, right? If at any point, if you start to round your back, you'll start to feel that the spine starts to push out past those muscles, right? We're no longer folding in the hip, we're folding in the back, we're compressing those spines, we're releasing the glute muscles, okay? So go ahead and sit nice and tall so that it's hidden in. If you have lower lumbar scoliosis, your spine may just be formed in a different way, so work with what you can, right? Know your limit. If you're like, I don't have that, but I don't feel the divot, right? It could be because if your hips are so tight, you may just automatically sit rounded. Feel free to put a blanket or a block underneath you so you can kind of start to stick that tailbone out and find that divot. The reason we go over that is because when we hinge forward in this fold, we want to make sure the low back stays flat. So you're going to go until that back starts to round or the hip attached to the front foot says this is my max limit, and then we'll fold further into it. So sit nice and tall. Exhale, walk those hands forward. Once you're at your lowest level, we're going to pull the chest towards the front Stick that tailbone out behind you, right? Lower the chin a little bit, have a nice flat back from the tip of the head to the tailbone. Usually once you pull the chest forward and stick the tailbone out, you have a little bit more wiggle room to get nice and low. If holding this is uncomfortable, you can take very slow, very small movements between your shoulders. You'll inhale one direction, exhale, sway the other. Sometimes getting a little movement into the larger muscle groups helps stretch them out. Keep pulling that belly in, sticking that tailbone out. 2 more breaths. Last one. Now we're all gonna potentially go different directions. So, depending on what foot is in front. If your right foot is in front, you're going to walk to the left. If your left foot is in front, you're gonna walk to the right. Essentially, the glute that you're feeling the stretch in, you want to walk away from, right? Get a little bit deeper into that stretch. One more breath here. Inhale, walk back to center. Exhale, press on up. Good job. Switch sides. Readjust if you need to. This is going to be your non-dominant side, so it might feel a little funky. Sit up nice and tall. Make sure that spine is nice and flat. The glutes are activated. Exhale, walk it forward. Once you get to your lowest level, you're going to pull the chest forward towards me. Stick that tailbone out behind you. Again, you can stay still or you can take that inhale one way. Exhale the other if the little wiggles kind of help break up any muscle tension that you have. You're going to take a nice big inhale. Exhale if your right leg is in front, walk to the left. If your left leg is in front, walk to the right. Face away from the hip that you're feeling that stretch. Inhale, walk to center. Exhale, come on up. From here, we're going to come to a wide straddle. So, most of you are sitting on your mat the other direction. Feel free to spin so you can put your heels on the mat. If it's a little tender, to put it on the floor, right? Or you can place some blankets underneath. So go ahead and come to your straddle. It doesn't need to be crazy big, but you definitely want to feel a little bit of a stretch. We're going to start by, you can either take your hands on your legs or you can take them inside. And we're going to do almost like a mini cat-cow, right? So we're going to tuck that tailbone around the spine. Exhale, we're going to stick our tailbone out, arch the back. We're going to tuck the tailbone around the spine. Here, usually you don't feel any stretch. Once you press the belly forward, stick the tailbone out, you'll feel that stretch in that inner thigh. 2 more like this. Personal preference if you want to flex the feet or if you want to point the toes. If you're someone who has sciatic nerve pain, 1 more. Sometimes flexing the feet can aggravate it, so pointing may feel better. On the last time you stick that tailbone out, hold it, right? We're gonna walk in and out. Now there's a couple options depending on what feels best for you, okay? Option 1 is going to walk with your hands. Okay, so there's no actual weight bearing on the thighs. If you want to start weight bearing, option 2 would be hands on hips, right? And you want to think the whole time we're in that tailbone sticking out position and you're reaching your chest towards the front. Option 3, think of your hands as like you're serving someone a platter of food. You're gonna reach forward and bring it back. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 of those and hold it on the 3rd. Find what feels best for you. So make sure that tailbone's still sticking out, belly's pulled in. Exhale it out. Inhale it up. Squeeze those quads, squeeze the glutes. Send it out. And bring it in. Last one. Send it out. Hold it. Lower the hands down. One more breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, go ahead and come in. Go ahead and put your hands underneath the knees to help lift them up. Cross at the ankles, throw the weight forward. Come to your tabletop. From here, we're gonna open those hips up a little bit. So the goal is we don't wanna open so much that we're twisting in the spine. So if you had a block on your back, the block should stay balanced the whole time. When the biggest issue we run into is when we open up to the fire hydrant, people tend to open all the way and then both their glutes are facing one direction. You want to keep the spine and hips still. We're just moving within the limit of our hip joint, right? So I'm going to start with the left leg so you guys can see first. Make sure you spread those fingers wide. If you're someone who gets wrist pain, place those fingers down first, then the palms. Get those knees underneath those hips. Pull the belly in. Squeeze the shoulder blades on the back. You're going to shift your weight into your right leg. We're going to inhale that left knee to nose. Exhale, open it up. Point the knee down, toes up, and bring it through. Exhale, open. Point it down. It's not going to be the biggest movement. It depends on your hip joint. One more. Exhale it open. This time when you come down, we're going to switch directions. Inhale that toe up. Exhale it open. Close. Inhale it up. Exhale open. Close. Last one. Inhale it up. Exhale it open. Close. Other side. Get that weight into that left knee. Inhale the right. Exhale it open. Drop the knee. Bring it through. Keep those abdominals pulled in. Fight the urge to round that spine. Last one. When you come down, we're going to switch directions. Inhale, toes up. Exhale it open. And down. Inhale it up. Exhale it open. And down. Last one. Inhale those toes up. Exhale them open and close them off. Toes together, knees wide. Take that child's pose. All right. So after this, we're going to be playing with some lunging. If you have tighter hips, it's hard for you to touch the ground with those hands while you lunge, or you just have maybe shorter arms compared to your leg or femur length, you may want to go ahead and grab some blocks to place your hands on just to kind of bring that floor up to you. So take one more breath in your child's pose. When you're ready, inhale, go ahead and come on up. We're going to come back to our tabletop. We're going to play around with getting that hip up and forward. So we're going to inhale that right leg back into a lunge. Push that heel away. Crack anything in the ankle that you need to. Stretch that calf out. From here, we're going to take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to bring that knee up into the armpit as much as we can. Place the foot down. Stretch it forward. Bring it back. Pick it up. Keep the knee in the armpit. Send it back. Inhale, knee to armpit. Exhale, place it. Stretch it forward. Inhale it back. Keep the knee in the armpit as long as you can as you pick those toes up and send it back. Last one. Exhale, place, hold it there. From here, we're gonna come into a side plank, okay? So what that's going to look like is we're gonna tuck those back toes. We're gonna lift the hips up. We're gonna come up and over that hip, come down to our side plank. Now your side plank may be, or excuse me, your side lunge may be up here, right? The biggest important part of this is the heel of the knee that is bent has to stay onto the floor. So if you can get to here and keep the heel on, awesome. If you can get down here and keep the heel on, awesome. But we don't want up, okay? Take one more breath here. As we inhale, we're gonna exhale, crawl to the other side, but keep those hips as low as you can. Keep them low, keep them low, keep them low. Place down. One more breath here. Now we're gonna spin direction. So we're gonna rotate over this front foot. So we're gonna come up and over, drop that back knee down, bring this leg back. Now we're on our tabletop again. Get those hands under those shoulders, plant that right knee. We're gonna inhale that left leg back. Stretch that heel away from us, crack the ankle if you need to, stretch the calf. Take a nice big inhale. We're gonna exhale, bring the knees to the armpit, plant the foot down, stretch it forward. Inhale it back. Exhale, we're gonna keep that knee in the armpit as long as we can. Send it back. Inhale. Knee to armpit. Exhale, place that foot down, stretch it forward. Inhale it back. Pick that foot up. Last one, we're gonna hold it. Inhale, bring it up. Stretch that hip out. Big inhale, tuck those back toes. Exhale, we're gonna twist up into a wide forward fold. Now from here, just like in our hamstring class, we're gonna slightly turn those toes out. We're gonna bend the knees. And when you exhale, we're going to keep the chest and the head low, push through the heels, try and lift the tailbone. Again, keep the head and chest low. Press through those heels. Maybe the knees, legs straighten and the knees lock out. Maybe they don't. Last one. Exhale. Walk over to that right leg. Place those hands. Send the right leg back. Down dog. Go ahead and walk your dog out. All right. You can bend the knees, lift the heels. You can tuck the toes under, stretch the top of the foot. I like to take my feet as wide as the mat, shake the hips out. You can reach for one leg and the other. Just take 2 more breaths. Do whatever your body feels it needs. If you're having wrist pain in down dog, you can back off, place the fingers down, then the palms, then the wrists, come back up. Notice the weight is in the fingers. One more breath. From here, we're gonna take a nice big inhale, bring that right leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring knee to nose, place that foot down, rotate that back foot, come up to warrior 2. From here, we want the heel of the front foot to go through the arch of the back foot. We're gonna push our weight into the pinky toe to prevent the knee from falling in. We're gonna squeeze both quads, squeeze both glutes. Sink deep into that front knee. From there, if you feel comfortable, you're welcome to bring those arms up. Traditional warrior 2. Keep squeezing those glutes, squeeze the quads. As we inhale to reverse the warrior, we're gonna lift that front heel, bend deeper into that front knee, press the weight forward, arch it back. Inhale, come forward. Push through those front toes to straighten that leg out. Shoot the hands forward, triangle. From triangle, you're gonna place that top arm down, pop onto the back, knee, face it forward. Turn the toes to face forward, same direction as the knee. Place the hands down. You can have your hands on blocks here. Right? Make sure that knee is underneath the hip, not at an angle. Right leg, knee is nice and flexed in that quad, glutes are tight. We're gonna inhale, send the hips back. Exhale, squeeze the glutes to come up. You can have your toes tucked or untucked on this left leg. Inhale it back. Exhale, squeeze the glutes to come up. Again, inhale it back, pause. We're gonna take a big inhale. Exhale, we're gonna walk our hands towards that right leg. Big inhale. Exhale it out. Inhale, that left hand's gonna come next to the left knee. We're gonna inhale, come up. Stretch out that side body. Squeeze that right quad. Squeeze the glutes to push the hips forward. Inhale, swing it around. Come into a plank. Lift that front leg up and bring it back down, down dog. Other side. I switch directions so you guys can see again. Inhale that left leg up. Exhale. Bring that leg through center. Rotate that back foot down. Warrior two. Remember, front heel, back arch. Pull that knee open, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads, bend deep into that knee. The secret to getting the pelvis closer to the floor is bending that knee, stretching that back inner thigh out. Pull the arms up. Inhale, flip that front palm. Lift that front heel. Bend deeper into that front knee like you're sending your hips forward. Arch it back. Inhale, push through those toes to straighten the leg. Arms reach past the toes, come down, triangle. From here, place that right hand down so you can drop to that back right knee. Turn those left toes to face forward. Knees underneath the hip. These toes can stay tucked, or you can untuck them, whatever feels good to get a deep stretch in that inner left thigh. Place those hands down, big inhale, send it back. Exhale, in order to get up, you squeeze the glutes. Two more, inhale it back. Exhale, squeeze the glutes to come up. Again, send it back. Squeeze those glutes to come up. This time when you send it back, pause and a bow. Exhale, walk towards those left toes. Inhale, that right hand comes to the right knee. Press up with those glutes, reach side angle. Inhale, come through center, bend that left knee, come up, lunge. Go ahead and press on up. forward fold. In our forward fold, you are welcome to have your hands on blocks. We're gonna play around with some coming up onto our toes and bending. So to start, we're gonna bend those knees, get that head and chest nice and low. When we inhale, push through the heels, think of sending the tailbone up, keep the head and the chest low. The knees may or may not straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press through. Last one, inhale, bend. Exhale, hold it. Now come up to where you can actually get those knees nice and straight. We're gonna bend the right knee. Take the right hand either to a block, the floor, or the ankle. The left leg is gonna stay straight. We're gonna open that left arm up. Get a stretch in that left IT band. Two more breaths. Last one. Inhale, fold it forward. Exhale, bend a little deeper. Other side. Bend that left knee. The left hand can come to a block, the floor, or the ankle. Right leg stays straight, right arm comes up. Now a lot of us are comfortable with sending our hips back. It's never hips stacked over knees, stacked over toes. So move your weight forward slightly. You'll feel it tighten more. You may feel your IT band more in your back, your hip, the side of your thigh, your knee. It just depends on where in your IT band is tight, right? Big inhale. Exhale, fold it down. Now, from here, we're gonna come up onto our toes and lift the heels. The heels do not have to come that high, right? They can just barely come off. The idea is we're getting longer in those legs. So place those hands on blocks or the mat, right? Take a big inhale. Exhale, press up and down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, down. Last one, inhale up. Hold it. Bend those knees. Exhale, keep the head and chest low. Come on, pressing those hips up. And bring it down. From here, we're gonna play with some yogi squat. Now I'm gonna do it facing you guys, but for most people, the width of the mat is about right for their hips. Now everyone's femur to pelvic width is a little bit different, so yours might be a little different. You'll notice what feels good when you come down. But those toes are gonna turn out. We're gonna stand up nice and tall, slightly tuck that tailbone. As we exhale, we're gonna bend the knees and the tailbone to the floor. You can reach those hands out forward for a counterbalance, right? Walk it in or out once you're there, but those heels need to be on the floor. If you wanna sit on some blocks, you're welcome to. Now, a lot of times this is kind of a cramped position for everyone. So we're gonna take that right elbow into the right leg, place the right hand out to the side, inhale that left arm up. Now, your hand can be here. Your hand can be here, but we want that shoulder pulled onto the socket. You can also place the hand on the head, or you can go for a full bind. As long as both heels stay on the floor, however deep you want to get into those shoulders is up to you. But we're using that right arm to open the right knee up so that you can manually then use the glutes to open that left up. Exhale, other side. Place that left arm into the left knee. Force that knee open so that you can use the glute to open the right arm up. Or the right leg up. Rainy days, I can't think. Again, your hand can go on your head, you can go in a bind, it can just hang out here, right? Whatever feels good, you can just rest it, but we're pushing that left arm into the left knee. One more breath. Now reach those hands forward, try and lift that chest up nice and tall. Let that weight fall back a little bit. If you fall back, you fall back. Not that big of a deal. Big inhale. Exhale, place those hands, come forward, fold. Good job, shake it out. Awesome. So we're gonna be coming into spider pose. Now, spider pose is just a fun, festive take on goddess pose. So we're gonna get into goddess pose first. Then we're gonna go around and play with spider, okay? Now you may want your blocks nearby because spider does require your hands to be touching the floor while you're in goddess. So if you have really long legs or maybe your hips are really tight, you may want those blocks to help bring that floor to you. I find it easier to have the blocks in your hands and go to the floor rather than try and find them on the floor. So we're gonna start in a standing position at the top of the mat. We're gonna take a nice big inhale, lift that left knee up. Exhale, we're gonna send it back, bend that right knee, come into a lunge. All right, bend deep in that front knee, wiggle those toes forward if you need to. Tuck that tailbone slightly, squeeze that back quad. If you feel good, you can go ahead and arch the hands back. Inhale, bow it forward, squeeze those glutes. Squeeze that back quad, reach that back heel far behind you. Keep that leg nice and straight. One more time. Inhale it up. Now, if it's wobbly for you to be in a lunge, take your legs wider. Have your foot on one side of the mat, your toes on the other. Just get a wider stance rather than being stacked, right? Exhale, bow it forward. Inhale, come up, hands on hips. Rotate those back toes. So now we're in a wide stance. If you were a dancer, you're gonna think of a deep second plie, right? But our toes are gonna be turned out, tailbone slightly tucked, chest is lifted. We're gonna exhale, similar to a yogi squat, but because our legs are further out, our butt is not going to touch the floor. We want a nice 90-degree angle in those knees. We're gonna place the hands on the knees, right? We're gonna push into that right knee. Switch, inhale it up, push into the left knee. Inhale it up, other side. This left toe is gonna stay. We're gonna flip over the back, come into our lunge. Make that lunge as wide as you need for your balance. We're gonna bend into a deep front knee. You're gonna squeeze that back quad, back glute, and push that heel away to get a nice long leg. Inhale those arms up maybe. Inhale it forward, bow it down. Again, bring it up. And bring it down. From here, we're gonna hands on hips, rotate back to our wide stance. From your wide stance this time, we're gonna keep our hands on our hips. So we have to rely on squeezing the glutes and the quads to hold us up. Big inhale, pull those bellies in. Exhale, nice and deep. Now, if it feels good for you to take your hands to a different position, you're welcome to, okay? But we're gonna play around with our ankles a little bit. So squeeze those glutes to pull those knees open, push into those feet, right? Bend into the knees. We're gonna inhale, lift the right ankle. Think of pressing that ankle through the foot and down. Inhale to the left. Exhale it down. One more each side. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Stand up, shake it out. So we're gonna come into spider. Spider is essentially just goddess, which you all just did, right? But the heels are lifted and the hands are crossed. So I'll go through it real quick so you can see it and explain it, and then I'll walk through it again physically with you with cues. So we'll start in a wide stance. Some people prefer to come to their toes first and come down. If balance is a struggle for you, we'll lift the heels at the end. So whether your heels are lifted or not now, we're gonna bend deep into those squats. The right hand comes across, the left hand comes across. And we hinge at the hips, touch the floor. If you haven't lifted your heels yet, you lift them now, right? And this is what it's gonna look like. Bring the heels down, come on up. So, come and join it with me. Grab your wide stance. If you wanna play with your balance, lift the heels now. If you don't want to or balance is a struggle, leave the heels down for a moment. We're gonna come into our goddess. Deep bend in those knees. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads. Cross the right hand, left hand, right? Hinge at the hips. Find the floor. If you're someone using blocks, have the blocks already in your hands and find the floor with the blocks. Once you're there, if your heels are not already lifted, lift those heels. I'm gonna show you what it looks like from the side. Deep bend, cross over, lift the heels. So the hips should be in line with those shoulders. Now everyone's arm length and leg length are a little different, so you may be slightly up, or you may be slightly lower and the hips are up, right? But ideally, you have a flat back, right? Like we're in tabletop. Hold for one more breath. Inhale, uncross the hands. Exhale, step down with one leg and down with the other. Come to those knees. Let all that lactic acid, if you've done any leg work lately, you probably feel some burning. Sit up nice and tall, roll those shoulders back. From here, we're gonna bow it down. Grab the heels. Inhale, place those hands into the shoulders. Exhale, press on up. Bring those knees and feet around. We're gonna come to some figure fours, stretch those hip flexors out. So we're gonna do these seated. If you're absolutely someone who only likes doing supine figure fours, you are more than welcome to. Okay? But for most of us, we're gonna start up. We're gonna get a nice flat back. We're flexing the right ankle and crossing it over the left leg. Now this ankle that's on top is always flexed. The reason is the hip joint is a big hip joint. It's a big muscle. And when you move and stretch big muscles, they don't want to give, right? So they're going to force weaker, smaller joints to give. One being your back. If you're lying on the ground, you can feel your back rounding. If you're seated, that's why we're pressing up, right? Force the hip. So the next option is the body's going to try and tweak the knee. The knee is only meant to hinge, not twist. So if you flex that ankle, it tightens up all the stabilizers and the calf and the shin around the knee so that the knee doesn't twist in a way it's not supposed to. So one, it doesn't hurt the knee, but two, it forces the hip to give. Now you want to make sure that left foot is in front of the left hip. If you're lying down, you want to make sure the left knee is in front of the left hip. We're going to press up. Right? Get a nice stretch in that right hip. For those who are lying supine, you're just going to hold this. For those who are seated, like myself, we're going to inhale, push the bottom of the foot towards a wall, me, the mirror, where my foot's going towards you. Exhale, bring it back. So what that looks like is very small movement. Two more like this. Last one. Now, those of us who are seated, we're going to come down and meet everyone on the back. From here, we're going to twist. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to drop the bottom of that foot to the floor. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, twist it down. Keep those shoulders squared off, bring it up. This time we're going to keep it down on the ground. So keep that right shoulder glued to the mat. Place that foot down. We're then going to reach for that foot, that right ankle with the left hand. Pull that leg closer. If you want an even deeper stretch, you're going to take a claw with this right hand. The thumb goes on the inside of the hip. The rest of the fingers go out towards the glute. You're going to press that hip away. Stretch that hip flexor and that IT band. Inhale, slowly release. Exhale, come up to center. Switch sides. So those of us who are seated, come on up. We're all gonna flex that left foot super hard, cross it over. Make sure that right foot, if you're seated, or left knee, if you're lying down, is right in front of that right hip. We're gonna press or pull that leg. Now, if you're lying down, you're just gonna hold this. If you're seated, like myself, we're gonna take mini pulses. Inhale, push that foot away. Exhale back. Push the foot away. Exhale it back. Again. Now we're all gonna meet on our back. Keep that left shoulder glued as we exhale, drop the left bottom foot to the mat. Bring it up. Exhale it down. Bring it up. This time we're gonna hold it there. Make sure that foot's still nice and flexed. Once you touch ground, left shoulder is on the mat. We're gonna grab that left ankle with the right foot, pull, the left ankle with the right hand. Cannot speak on lazy rainy days. If you want a deeper stretch, take a claw, thumb goes on the inside, rest of the fingers wrap around towards the glute, press that hip away. So stretch out the hip flexor, the glutes. You may even feel it in the side obliques if you've worked obliques or have tight obliques. Inhale, relax. Exhale, bring it up. We're gonna place both feet on the floor, hip distance apart. Make sure the tip of the head, right? The shoulders, the scapula, the ribs, the sit bones, low back, everything from the tailbone to the tip of the head is nice and flat on the mat. Pull that belly button back and in. When you're ready, we're gonna take a nice big inhale. Exhale, press through the feet, lift those hips up. Slightly tuck the chin so that the shoulders, the neck, and the head are flat on the mat. We're gonna march it out. Squeeze those abdominals. We're gonna inhale that right leg to tabletop. Exhale it down. Squeeze those glutes, keep those hips high. Inhale the left. Exhale it down. One more each side. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly lower it. Hug those knees in. We're gonna keep hugging that right leg in. We're gonna flex the left foot, really send it out as far as you can. Feel that hip flexor stretch out in the front. Then slowly lower the leg down, but you're still pressing through that foot. You can option 1, keep hugging the knee in. Option 2, hug it to the side. Option 3, take a half happy baby, but make sure that left hip stays glued to the mat. We don't want to be popping up, okay? A good way to kind of counterbalance that is squeeze the right glute to help lift that hip. Keep that chin nice and tucked. Shoulders are flat on the mat. Keep pressing through that left foot. Big inhale. Exhale, hug that leg back into center. Inhale that left leg in. Exhale, send that right leg out as far as you can before lowering, but keep pushing through that foot. You can option 1, hug the knee in, hug it to the side. Take a half happy baby, but make sure that right hip doesn't pop up. Neck is relaxed, shoulders are relaxed, chin is slightly tucked. Let's work on a little bit of posture. Big inhale. Exhale, hug that knee back in. Feel free to take a happy baby. Right. You can lay with the legs up. Whatever last little movement, butterfly, feels good. Please note we did not warm up the upper body. So a shoulder stand is probably not the best. Back bend's probably not the best unless that's something you actively work on and your body's ready for it. Take the next 3 breaths. Get out any last little wiggles or movements your body wants. Big inhale. Exhale it out. Slowly start to make your way to Savasana. Legs out in front of you, arms down by your side, right? Much like Sunny, we're coming to our rest. Shoulders are relaxed, neck is relaxed, light tuck the chin. If you have lower back pain laying on hard surfaces, you can either keep the knees bent, or if you have a blanket or pillows, you're welcome to put them under the knees to kind of help keep them lifted, right? From here, close the eyes, take a nice big inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Feel yourself melt into the mat. One more big inhale. Exhale it out. Begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Roll out the wrists, the ankles. On your next inhale, take a full body stretch. Get those arms over the head. When you're ready, roll to either side in the fetal position. Pause for a full inhale, exhale. And then using your arms, come up to a comfortable seated position. Once they're there, you're going to press those sit bones into the floor. Pull the belly and the ribs back and in. Inhale those shoulders up. Exhale them down. Notice your body. Keep that mind empty for just a moment longer. It was an honor to be your guide today. The light and the love inside of me honors and sees the light and the love inside of you. Therefore, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for coming, everyone. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please put them down in the comment section, or my email is linked below. Let us know what kind of classes you want us to be teaching you here next so we get out what you like. And make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the fun upcoming classes. Awesome.